Financial Planner, follow us on YouTube.
Hey guys, we're here at the Sprott Conference. I'm here with resource legend Keith Neumeyer, CEO and President of First Majestic Silver. We're going to talk about silver today. Keith, thanks for joining me.
No, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Keith, a lot of people are uncertain about what's going on with silver. We had an exciting year last year with the stocks and coming off its low there. Tell us what's going on with silver. A lot of people are very interested in it, and it's a favorite, as you know, in the resource sector.
Well, I wish it was. It was a favorite in the resource sector. I think silver would be trading a lot higher, but there's definitely a lot of chatter.
There's also manipulation, too, though.
There is, and manipulation in everything that we see on a daily basis, right? It's just not silver, but silver is manipulated more dramatically than gold, for example, because of the commercial aspect to it, right? So I could get into it a little bit if you want, but it's the nature of the beast being commercial. So you've got a lot of banks that need to deliver actual physical metal to the Sonys and Toyotas and Tiffany's and Apple and all the huge consumers of silver need the metal. So there's a lot of banks involved in that transaction.
Okay. So last year was a pretty exciting year. This year, a little bit more lackluster, just because we've come off a little bit with the mining stocks. Tell us a little bit of where we're at. You've been in this for many years. You've had multiple companies that have been through the cycle. Yeah. Give us a little idea where we're at.
Well, I think 2016 gave us a glimmer of what to expect going forward. We've, if you look at, excuse me, if you go from 2002 to 2012, the market was not straight up. Silver started when I put First Majestic together. Silver was $5 an ounce. And I predicted it would hit 50, which it did. It took 10 years, mind you. It was until 2011, April 2011, where silver hit 55. I didn't predict silver would correct the way it did. It got all the way down to 1330 in January of 2016. So it was pretty devastating. I remember First Majestic was down 24% in January of 2016. Yeah. And I'm looking at the market going, this is just absolutely crazy. Yeah. And I was putting First Mining together at the time. So I am buying up gold assets for First Mining, and I'm trying to cut costs like crazy at First Majestic so that we're selling ounces profitably, because if you're producing silver, you don't want to have a loss selling it, right? So I'm looking everywhere to save $1, and then within a month the market started to turn, and our stock went from $4. I think it was about $3 US, because I think in Canadian, so about 4 Canadian, 3 US approximately, and it went to 20 US within 6 months, and silver went from 1350, let's say, to 21, so it went up $7. Silver went up $7, and the stock went up $17.
Clear example of upside leverage to the mining sector.
Huge.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your company, First Majestic Silver. The opportunity that investors have. Obviously, we're further down the road now than we were in 2016, 2015. Where's the company now? Where's the opportunity for people here and in the audience who want that upside leveraged exposure?
So I say it all the time. The mining sector. Well, it's like any business. I shouldn't point fingers at the mining sector, but as investors have to be smart. They have to look at management teams that have created wealth in the past. You get told a great story with investors walking around this conference. A lot of these companies I've never even heard of, quite frankly. But the first thing I do is look at the management team. And I know most people in the mining business. So if I don't know them, then I'll start asking around. I'll get on Google. I'll go into the management circular. I'll see what their salary is. I'll see how much stock they have. I'll look at the insider trading report, see if they're active in the market. So that's what I do first, before I even look at the asset. Because I know that a good management team could make a marginal asset quite exciting, while a poor management team could destroy a great asset. I know that. So you've got to look at the management first. The management, guys like Ross Breedy or Bob Friedland or Robert McEwen, these guys, and I've put myself, I guess, in that category as well. But these guys have created, real wealth, and they've created hundreds and hundreds of millionaires during their careers, and it's documented, right? So it's easy to find out. I won't invest in a company that just has the management team that is running it that has no experience in creating wealth. It's just not worth me putting my money into a project that's run by guys with no experience. So I think that's the first thing. Then secondly, if the management team proves out, then have a look at the asset and see. But a lot of the people in this room here, they're not sophisticated enough. They're not geologists, they're not engineers. They don't really know what a good asset is, right? So my philosophy is if there's a good management team in place that has the experience in building real businesses, you can trust them that the asset they have must be pretty good. Because why would they be supporting an asset that was shit? Right? They just wouldn't do it, right? So I think it's always management. And this cycle, we're a lot of these stocks, including First Majestic, First Mining, they're down 50-60% from where they were a year ago. So this is a very, very unique time to be looking at this sector. We always know that summer months are quiet. June, July is a great time to be picking up mining stocks. We always see in the fall they start to move again and into the spring. So I'm a big seasonality guy, and so it's, in my view, it's a great time to be looking. But I know you wanted to talk about ratios as well.
Yes. So right now the gold to silver ratio 75-1. And so what is your thought on that? That's not historically what we've seen. We've seen that we've gotten used to that number lately. But what are your thoughts on where that will eventually go?
Yeah, I'm well spoken on this, or at least I speak a lot about this. Whether it's well or not, time will tell. But we're mining 9-1. So for every 1 ounce of gold we're mining 9 ounces of silver. And every time the ratio gets up into the 80 range, it always collapses, to whatever number. The last time it got up to the 80 range, it collapsed all the way down to 31, and that was in April of 2011 when silver hit $50. So you can pull out a chart. You can go on the internet. The listeners to this interview can go on the internet and pull out 20-year charts on silver or gold, and just look at it for themselves. It's quite fascinating, actually. So I think that this is at this type of ratio, even though I'm a bull on gold, I would be much, much more focused on buying good quality silver equities right now.
Well, Keith, you're a resource legend. I want to thank you for taking the time with me today.
All right.
Everyone,
my pleasure.
Keith Neumeyer, First Majestic, and First Mining Finance.